All right, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free to play mystery shard only champion spotlight. Today we're going to be covering the Fat Lizard Man, everyone's favorite, Broadmaw. Now, this is going to be kind of a shorter champion spotlight just because there's not too much that he is specifically good for. You could use him in Bommel for earlier stages, but other than that, really there's not much that I use him for other than tag team and possibly the Lizard faction crypt, which is it. That's it. That's honestly the only thing I use him for. I wouldn't say he's super useful in a lot of places, mainly because he just doesn't heal. And if he healed himself or healed someone else, yeah, it'd probably be worth it. So maybe putting him in a regen set might be your best bet. We also haven't really spent a lot of time on him, so we'll see. Let's look and see what he does and why he is somewhat good, but not really. So he's got a freeze on his A1. This is one of his better skills, which is the crazy part. It's really good for arena because basically you can just freeze somebody and stop them from attacking, and that's good. Only bad when you have Dark Elhane as your enemy. That's bad. Then he has a 30% increased crit rate buff and a 15% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also fill turn meter of all allies by 15%. Basically means if you want, you could use him as a replacement for, say, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but a replacement for like Apothecary. If you need a turn meter booster, you could put like someone who has a speed lead as your main in the arena, and then you could also have him as your turn meter increase. It's possible. If you're going to do a go first team, there's nothing wrong with this because it increases your crit rate, so you could spend more time increasing your crit damage on your team because you know they're going to get a 30% increased crit rate. So basically, you could build the whole team, your nukers at least, with 70% crit, and then just use this to get yourself to 100. And there you go, more damage. So that's an option, and then you still have the speed and the turn meter boost. That's nice. Revives 2 random dead allies with 25% HP. Also places a block damage buff on revived allies for 1 turn. Once again, it's enough, but the problem here is that after 1 turn, if nobody gets healed, they just die right after. That's my problem with a lot of revivers. Like if they don't really have a way to like shield you, heal you, put your defense up, do something like that. Block damage is good, and if you have like Syl on your team, that could be a good thing. You could have Syl go after him, and that'll heal up whoever's got the block damage who just got revived. So there are things you can do to make him good, but it's like there's so many heroes that do this better that honestly, even his revive doesn't really do too much outside of faction wars, which is where I use him, and I'm able to beat some of the stages with basically level 40s because I just revive them right at the last second, and then we win with all of my heroes alive. So in that respect, he's freaking awesome. All right. Here we go. Aurora. Increase ally defense in faction crypts by 33%. So that's not bad. You can put him as your lead, and especially when you're fighting the bosses, because bosses do insane damage. We do have him in what is it, crit damage? Chain breaker. Good. Gets basically stops him from getting stunned, frozen, sleep, all that stuff. Now, masteries, we kind of went more of an accuracy because we want that freeze to go off and more of like a healing kind of accuracy build. We went all the way down to War Master on the offense side, so that way he can do a little bit more damage. Other than that, cooldown reduction, got target turn meter reduction. We've got 30% chance to extend the duration of any buff cast by this champion, which is nice. So that way, when he does his speed up, you can do it for 2 turns instead. And then we have increased speed by 8% for each dead ally. Reason being is because he's your resurrector. So if everyone dies, you want him to be faster so he can resurrect them. So there you go. Very important skill. I'm showing it twice because that's how important it is. Now, as far as gear goes, you want him fast and you want him to be able to stay alive. I kinda just threw gear on him. I really haven't focused on him. I only use him in the secret rooms, really, and like I said, the faction crypt, that's it. So I don't really spend a lot of time on him. You have a crit damage glove. I don't know why. I just do. It's what I had on him. I'll probably change it. Defense on his I would actually put defense on his gauntlets too, to be honest. Get him a little more beefy because if he dies, no one gets resurrected. So I would say probably just beef him up, get his speed up, and you're fine. Crit rate and crit damage not so much important. I wouldn't even waste my time with it on him. Really just focus on making him so strong that he doesn't die. So I would say regen set would be good in with all speed and defense and HP. That's essentially what I would do. Make sure you have an accuracy banner on him, and that's it. Defense up, speed on the boots, and we have all these other speed and accuracy things for the freeze and stuff. We have an HP ring, defense amulet, and then an accuracy banner. That's really it. I would probably, like I said, put it all defense and speed. I would completely change this guy if I were to redo him right now, but this is where he is now, and that's what I've been using him as. Heals are all maxed, as you saw, and his total stats as of right now are 41,000 HP. He's got 2,400 attack. He's got 2,600 defense. Got 200 speed, which is reasonable. He's actually above 200, which is nice. Crit rate is 39. Don't really care. Crit damage is 152. Also don't care, and he's because he only has one attack and it's a single target. Really just want him to freeze. Who cares how much damage it does. Resistance is 161, accuracy 165. So this thing has a lot of things that I would change. Like I said, get this above 3,000. This nobody cares about. This get higher. This who cares? This who cares? And then I would just get his accuracy and resistance up as high as you can, focusing on accuracy for the freeze. That's it. He would be done. And I would just do that. Speed, speed, speed. Basically build him like you would build Apothecary and you're all ready to go. Now, where we use him, like I said, there's not a lot of places that he's specifically useful. He's more of like a one-off kind of deal where you would be like, all right, maybe I'll use him. Now, if we use him in the arena, I'm not speed tuned for this, so it's not going to be perfect, but let's just find a random team. So this is 200, not the best thing in the world. So now if you were going to do a team like this, normally in the beginning, if you don't have two nukers, what you would do is you would pull him out, pull her out, and then you would probably put someone like Apothecary in as your secondary turn meter boost. Now, she does turn meter boost and attack up. So realistically, having a second turn meter booster isn't that great. So let's just say we weren't doing that. And let's just say it's the beginning, we were putting her in. Now we want someone to do as a secondary. Now, the problem here also is that my Carl is also faster. Sucks. Faster than my whole team, actually, I think. But we'll see. Well, he's definitely faster than him and her. I don't know if he's faster than her. I think she might be beating him. We're about to find out. Now you got your speed lead, you got your nuker, your defense down, and then you've got your speed up. All right, so let's see. Let's see how it works. Turn meter booster. Let's see if he's good. I don't know. Like I said, I don't use him in here. So there you go. Already problems. All right, so now they have defense. They can still be frozen, which is good. That's why it's good. He can go first. So everyone got froze. So that's good. Now we have attack up. We normally would be using Arbiter 4 with our speed up. Then we can use him to turn meter boost and get our crit damage up. Crit rate, sorry. Now we want to nuke. Little defense down. It didn't work. Now we want to kill someone. Now the worst one in here is him. Really want to take him out, but this guy can heal everyone. So they all suck. So really we're just going to go for him. Took his turn meter. Like he did a counter, which he didn't like. Try and kill him. There we go. Look at Spirit Host being a jerk. All right, going in there. Now we got to freeze on this guy because he's a jerk. Now we're going to go for her. Want her dead now that he's frozen. We'll go for her. I don't know what this guy does, to be honest, and I think we're going to find out. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove debuffs because they're about to get a turn. Hopefully they don't do anything crazy. And now we block debuffs. Okay, so whatever that was, it was blocked. Whatever he does, we don't care. So now we want to try and freeze this guy again. We did. Look at that. Perfection. Now we just keep going for her. Oh, and we got a freeze there too. Even better. Okay, so now we're going to do attack up again. Damn it. Now we got provoked, but he got frozen, which is good. So now we're going to try and freeze her. A lot of freeze in this. See, this is where I'm having, what's his name? Having Dark Alhain would, it was on the enemy team. Our team would get destroyed. Now we're going to try and, all right, so we really should freeze everyone, but I think what we're going to do is try to kill her. Took all of her turn meter away, and he got another turn. So now, actually, that was awesome. See that? That turn meter increase is great. Now everyone's frozen again. Now we just keep trying to kill this guy. This one's the most annoying one. We want to kill that one. Get some defense down, hopefully. We did. All right, now we can do some serious damage here. Keep freezing. I probably should have tried to freeze him. That was a dumb idea. But now he's dead. Now we're going to do attack up. That he can do a little more damage and maybe kill him. Now he's dead. And now it doesn't matter because we can revive her. And now you can't get one shot from her, from this guy, because he would go for him. Now we're going to kill him. Boom, done. See? So you can use him as your speed lead, basically, and he can revive. So he does have some good qualities. You're just going to have to give him really high speed and some HP regen, because like I said, he's going to die first. People are going to try to kill him first in the arena, so you're going to want to put him in something that keeps him from getting wiped, or put like Syl in there or something like that that'll heal him up, something like that to keep him alive, because you want him to be able to revive everyone. The beefier he is, the better he is. Not a bad hero. I'm just saying I don't use him. And there's, like I said, there's just better options. I can put Arbiter in here and then take out Spirit Host and put in completely new nuker. Now I have 2 nukers instead of 1, and they all get extra attack and they destroy things. See? So I've improved past this, but this is a viable option. I mean, you have Broadmaw and you did it. Put whoever your nuker is, put him here. Preferably someone who can do some kind of CC, but if you don't have it, then it's like Kale or whatever, or Dark Elhane, who the hell cares? And yeah, there you go. You got your arena team. You can use him in here. It is an option. Nothing else in here I want to fight. I do use him in my tag team, but mainly it's just like in here, say, where is he? He's right here with these guys. He can revive if somebody gets overpowered. But I do easy fights in tag team. So the fact that he's in here doesn't really prove that he's good or useful. It just means that he's in there and I haven't changed it because my teams are well above the rank that I'm at. Like there's I can't remember the last time I lost a fight outside of maybe on stream or on in one of my videos when I was messing around with like a really strong team. Like this is a jerkbag team right here. They everyone puts Death Knight in Stone Skin, and if you're that person, well then I hate you. Once again, I've said this in many videos. Just take the damn guy out. He's literally useless. Your Death Knight sucks. He's not going to win this fight. All right? I am sorry. Your Death Knight is terrible. All you're doing is slowing the fight down and making people hate you. That sheep is going to do nothing. Your sheep does nothing. You garbage Death Knight. Oh, I have Death Knight. I'm good. Nah, I'm just making fun of him because I hate him that much. He's just a jerk hero. There we go. He's dead. Screw Death Knight. I'm gonna make a new campaign. I'm gonna run for president. My campaign is going to be screw Death Knight. We hate him. But that's it. I just use him in there, and that's it. There's Broadmaw. Let's go see. I don't think he's. I mean, like I said, you can use him in Doom Tower. He's not nothing crazy in here. Let me see. Let's go to a fight. That last one sucked because there's stiffies in there. All right, so this is whatever. We'll use it here. So we've got a freeze. We're gonna pull out. Got him. Heals. So how about this? Why don't we take him out? We'll put him here. Actually, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put him there. Got a healer, provoker, freezer, him, and now we just need Broadmaw. Now, could conceivably take him out, but no, we'll just leave it. We're gonna stay. So it's not like you can't use him. This is what I'm saying. He's not unuseful. Just not specifically useful. Really what I'm trying to say with Broadmaw. So if you do build him, don't feel like you did something wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. And you definitely can use him, especially when you need. He's really useful in the secret rooms when you need only rares, and only epics, because you can use him as your speed lead and your, unless you can't use for some reason. If it's like, what is he? He's void. So if you need a void hero, it's good. There is also Haikatoon that can be used. And honestly, I use Haikatoon and him in the same team usually because a lot of times those fights are really hard. So I don't have that many epics that are that good. So having both of them on the team at the same time just constantly speeds them up so that it makes up for the fact that I don't have strong heroes. They just get 2 turns and win. So having her and him together is a good combo, especially in the secret rooms. Now I can't really show him in Faction Crypt. I have shown it in some of my other videos, which is nice. There you go. Look at that. Revives my big boy. Now I don't have to worry about him dying for a turn. And he has a chance of extending it for 2. I don't think it works on block buffs, though. So much for that. But this is why we also brought in Apothecary, because we need a healer. And Syl, although heals, she's more for topping people off and keeping them healed. Apothecary is more for like, hey man, you're about to die. We should probably do something about it. Macking it up. But his freezes are good. Unless you're fighting Dark Elhane, he's awesome. He's awesome. Anyone who counters freeze, bad against him. This is why I was saying, you want to have separate heroes for arena. I don't use the same hero every single time in arena. I use the main team, is basically at this point your Carl, War Maiden, Arbiter, and Yannicka. That's my main team. They'll beat most teams if it's a go first team, I'll beat them. I'm not really worried about it. And then if we get into certain heroes that are a little bit more beefy and I want to make sure I kill them like Death Knight really fast, or if I want to kill certain heroes fast, I'll bring in Soulbond. Sometimes you could bring in, even Broadmaw, Dark Elhane. I'll mix in there sometimes. Yeah, those are my main heroes that I do. That's about it. Would I consider Broadmaw if you have a good team with shields that don't die, like, let's say you built a really defensive team in the arena. Having Broadmaw in there is probably the most irritating thing you could do because they'll have heroes that just don't die because they're so beefy and strong, and then he'll come back around and revive them. So having him with the most defense, the most protection is your best option, and speed because then he'll just keep getting turns and keep reviving them. Cooldown reduction is always good on him. Relentless could be good on him. There's a lot of things you can do. All right. So that's really him. I mean, I don't really need to show you anywhere else. I mean, I can show you dungeons and stuff like that, but really that's that's really where he's good at is I use him in arena and that's it. There's nowhere else I could really like specifically say he's good at other than faction crypts. I could bring him into a dungeon, but you've seen all these dungeons 100 times. All it's going to do is another run. Like I said, it's going to be a bit of a shorter champion spotlight. He's not super bad, but he's also not super effective in anything. And his skill set is limited, but what he does, he's good at. And I wouldn't say he's not a build. He's not a buildable hero. He's definitely buildable. All right. I wouldn't say he's not though. He is. And he looks cool and he's a giant fat lizard. Who doesn't like that, right? But I would say fuse him because in the beginning of the game is really when he's useful, and a lot of people won't have a reviver. And if you're playing the way I'm playing, then technically speaking, you may not even have that reviving orc lady. She's in the first week of the game, which I had said it actually works out that I didn't get her. Shaman, whatever her name is. She's your first real reviver. And if you don't get her because there's a legendary event going on like now, it means you won't get Shaman. So basically, he's your only option for a resurrector in the beginning. So if you could get him quickly, then he will help you out tremendously early game. Later in the game, yeah, like I said, he's got his uses. You can kind of come up with some weird, convoluted things to do with him and his gear and make him better. So there's nothing wrong with him. It's just like I said, you're not going to be wowed by him. Let's put it that way, unless you're really using him for something very specific that you need him for. All right. So, you guys have any questions, concerns? Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. You know how much it means to the channel and how much it helps me grow. It also lets me know that you guys like what's going on. Saying things, telling people things. At least then I know I'm going in the right direction. All right. So this is Broadmaw. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys